What's up, gamers? This is Yuban with a Mechabellum Replay commentary. Today we are going to showcase a game where our opponent utilized his giant spec in a very creative manner that we have never seen before. Looking at the starting pack, we decided to go for the Rhino spec because the level 2 Rhino on round 4 is worth 300 supplies. And the sledgehammers allows us to be very flexible in a defensive manner. They're basically going to be good in every situation, no matter what. Our opponent is wOOt, a popular Twitch streamer and a formerly top 5 in the world player. He's known to do a couple things. He's known to play round 1 Overlord, especially with giant spec. And he's also known to be playing asymmetrically always to start the game and then transition into a different side of the board depending on how the game goes. In this case, we thought he was going to push the left side because we have a defensive wall and the rapid fire cannon right here. However, maybe he decided to do this because he wanted to trick us, but he decided to go for the right side push, which means we're in a very slow moving crossfire situation right from the very beginning here. At this point, I was already wondering what kind of giant unit he's going to go for. wOOt is known to be the best Overlord player in the world, and therefore there's a very high likelihood that he's going to play mass boats into our composition, and that's something for us to think about right off the bat. Prior to this game, we had lost to wOOt for probably 5 to 6 games in a row where he just dominated us with the Overlord. So with that, we are very cautious about what kind of giant he's going to go for. Round 2 reinforcement card shows up. 2 giant assault modifier shows up. I didn't pay too much attention to these cards as I typically don't really care, especially when we're not playing giants. However, in this case, wOOt decided to go for a assault melting point card, increasing the melting point HP by 70%, taking it from 30,000 to 52,000 HP. Not only with that HP boost, the melter is going to move at 11 meters per second at just a very small decrease of 15 meters range reduction. Going into round 2, we noticed that the right side of the board has no anti-air, and we decided to grab a pack of Phoenix and a pack of Crawler to try to stall the right side a little bit to buy time for our left side push to get into the tower. However, we did not anticipate our opponent to put a lonely melting point with 1 pack of Crawler right in front of us, right on the line. As tanky as this 57,000 HP melting point is, I don't think he's going to be able to take on this many chaff units. On the other side, even though our level 2 tower got pushed in from our opponent, the tower timing worked out perfectly that right after we killed the melting point, resulting in no significant difference. And with our lonely Phoenix on the right side, we're able to clean up the ground troop. Round 3 reinforcement. After seeing the assault melting point card and seeing this melter on the line, I immediately anticipated wOOt going for some kind of energy diffraction plus energy absorption combo to just create these super tanky, unkillable melting points into our medium-sized units. And luckily, from the unit drop, we were able to pick up 2 packs of steel balls right off the bat. You notice that we instantly picked them. While wOOt went for what he needed the most, 2 chaff clear units in the form of level 2 arc lights. Now with his improved chaff clear ability and the newly teched energy diffraction, these melters are both going to serve as his major tank units, and they can chaff clear pretty well, and most importantly, anything they lock onto for more than 5 to 6 seconds are just going to melt away due to the energy due to the energy beam damage ramping up. As you can see, the 2 melting points were more than enough to take down our 2 packs of steel balls, even with very minimal chaff clear available. And at this point, we were a little afraid. We were thinking about the possibilities of these melting points just running wild, essentially becoming high-level unkillable machines. Round 4 reinforcement, one of the worst card that could have dropped for us, because we know our opponent is playing heavily into the giant units, and he's already got 1 level available. We were very tilted when we saw the enhancement module dropping down for him, as this will allow him to just upgrade and sell over and over again, getting tons of value. On our hand, we did not have any big units for the enhancement module, and we don't want to take the negative tempo. Instead, we went for the electromagnetic impact, thinking that if he puts down a shield, then sure, that's minus 100 supply, because our steel balls are going to break the shield. And if he doesn't put down a shield, if we can disable these multi-melters in the process, then our steel balls with range now are going to have a great time taking down the melters, as the melters will be stuck shooting at 1 unit at a time. And from here, we just build up our backline chaff, thinking that we need to just overwhelm our opponent's chaff clear. And combined with our level 2 Rhino drop on round 4, I have a feeling that the EM impact is going to help us win the round quite a bit. Look at this. Even before the tower debuff occurred, all of our steel balls were able to remain alive and take down the 3 melters in the front. And that takes us into round 5. Here we had to make a choice. We have major tempo, full health. Round 5, could be a good round to take a super supply enhancement, to take a little negative tempo this round, to ensure the future of our game we get a major advantage. We're not looking at the heavy armor, because that's not going to help us against the melting points. And the lightning storm has no good target. So the choice we had to make was to either forgo the super supply enhancement and just try to tempo out our opponent this round right here, right now. However, we decided to finally go for the super supply enhancement, ignoring the lightning storm, not thinking that our opponent is going to grab it. We wanted to essentially just play it safe. We didn't want to rush the idea of taking our opponent down this 1 round by taking unnecessary risk. I would rather just play a safe game, get a supply advantage, because I thought there's no way he's going to grab the super supply with 1400 HP left. You can see the devastation of the lightning storm, taking down all of our chaff units, damaging our steel balls, while our opponent's melting point in the back has already defeated our level 2 Rhino and grabbed a very nice level in the process. This level is going to allow him to continue to recycle the enhancement module item to continue to get more and more economic advantage. Luckily, we did grab the super supply to even out the supply advantage. With the super supply and the need for more and more chaff units, we just want to overwhelm the melting points with chaff and steel balls. We decided to snap pick the additional deployment card. Opponent also went for the same thing. Maybe it's because he has to sell out of a unit every single turn, therefore the additional deployment could be very helpful to kind of replenish his lost in deployments. And you can see here, even before the super supply enhancement card has given us full value in our return of investment, we were able to grab 4 packs of steel balls, giving them mechanical division. And from here, we're just thinking about trying to provide 1 to 2 layers, maybe 2 to 3 layers of steel balls over time. The idea is that the first layer of steel balls are going to get killed by the melters after the initial chaff waves were dispatched. And then the second wave of steel balls will actually do the damage dealing against the melting points. We also grabbed the arc light range, recognizing we do have a chaff clear problem from the previous rounds. And you can see here with 6 melting points and still not enough because of the mechanical division tech combined with our backline tower debuff. Each time our opponent's melting point kills a pack of steel balls, an entire pack of crawlers essentially appear right in front of them, forcing them to lock onto the chaff units. And with that ended a very quick game, but a very interesting approach with the assault melter, energy diffraction, and range enhancement. That was a very cool game. Now I wonder if our opponent could have gotten more value if he had gone for a different tech. Maybe energy absorption, or just get some better chaff clear. Let's try it. Let's see if we can missile out. And it was good that we were able to win the game right there, because if the game had gone on any longer, the enhancement module would have just been devastating against us. Okay, I think our opponent needs chaff clear, right? Chaff clear. I do agree with the range enhancement, because we are outranged by the steel balls for now. We go range, long, speed. Do we go range arc lights? Or do we go for... I wish I can get energy. Let's just try to missile out the chaff units here. And grab a level for faster clearing. Okay. If we can prioritize target the units faster, the important units, and with our arc lights, seems like we're able to lock onto the steel balls in the back a little bit faster. But still, see? With the mech div, we're just getting overwhelmed with crawlers coming in. I guess that's it. There's no way to turn it around. Very cool game. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. Make sure you check out our other replay commentary videos right above me. Thanks for watching. Until next time.